Welcome back. In this tutorial we are going to cover creating a floor. So if we look at our Word document, step 2 is to create a floor called 6-inch slab on grade. So creating a floor works very much the same as creating a wall. So we're going to go to floor on the ribbon. And when we hit our pull down, we notice we don't have a whole lot of options. So I'm going to stick with generic 12-inch and then edit type. And then we're going to duplicate, paste our new name, and then edit our structure. So I know that I need a concrete layer and I need a gravel layer. So I'm going to insert another level here. And as we come across, we see that we've got structure 1 is concrete with a broom finish. That's an outdated material. So we're going to go ahead and click a different material for that. But our thickness is going to be 6 inches. So we're going to go concrete. We can scroll, or we can use the search function. So we're just going to go cast in place gray. We can see that our materials change in here. So we're going to hit OK. And that's going to be 6 inches. Remember that the default units are always in feet. So if I hit 6 here, it would give me a 6-foot thick slab. That's an awful lot of concrete. And my gravel layer is going to be 4 inches. And so we're going to go ahead and add that. Now I see I've got 2 layers over here. Now this is going to be a substrate, which is not a structural element. It goes below the structure. And now we're going to go to gravel. And we'll notice that gravel does not come up in here. So what we're going to do is click Create New Material. And we're going to take this default new material and rename it to gravel. And we could rename it gravel compacted, but for right now we're just going to go ahead and leave it gravel. And we can see that gravel has no material properties to it. So we're going to click our asset browser down here, and this window is going to pop up. I'm going to search for gravel, and I'm going to hit the little replace arrow. And you'll see over here, everything's going to populate. So there's our gravel, there's our color. We hit apply and OK. And now we've got a 6-inch concrete and a 4-inch gravel layer. We're going to hit OK. OK again. And now we can see that our walls are grayed out because we are in a create ribbon over here. So what I want to do is I can either draw lines, or I would prefer to draw a box. If you had an odd shaped house that was, say, an L, you would want to draw lines, but we're going to go ahead and draw a rectangle. And the important thing here is to make sure that we select the outside corner of the brick and the opposite outside corner of the brick. Sometimes if you pick the inside of the house, we'll see that will be wrong. So what we're going to do is hit check mark. And we see that we've got a floor now with our little hatch pattern in there. And for whatever reason, we're missing our dimensions. So let's go ahead and add those back in real quick, just to do a quick double check. So we're 43 by 26. And when I grade this, I'm going to look at one of your elevations. And I'm going to make sure that your foundation wall here, or your slab, I should say, does line up with the brick. If they don't, it'll be off by about a foot. That's give or take the thickness of our wall. And then I'll know that there's a problem. One other thing that we need to change while we're in here real quick is we need to change our wall height. This is a 20-foot tall wall. That's awfully tall. So we're going to pick our walls, and then we are going to go to top constraint, and we're going to select up to level 2. And then we notice that level 2 is 10 feet. If I change level 2 to, let's say, 9 feet, that's a parameter. So those two are tied together now. We'll go ahead and change that back. And then we notice that our walls change with our level height. So I'm going to look at your elevation and make sure that your floor sits underneath the full footprint of your house. Thanks. We'll see you in the next tutorial.